big news is that we're hearing that this 21-year-old has been caught. Let's bring in Deborah Favorick right now. She's the one who's bringing in this information. Deb, thank you so much for rushing into the studio. Tell us a little bit more about what you're hearing from your sources.
Here's what we know so far. They put out this bolo, this Be on the Lookout, about an hour ago. They had the model of the car, they had the license plate, they also had the name. They were able to identify the name of the driver of that car. They narrowed it to Dylann Roof, 21 years old, and the car, somebody saw the car, somebody called into authorities, and that car was picked up driving north to North Carolina. And so we're now being told to North Carolina. So we're now being told that Dylann Roof is in custody in North Carolina.
In North Carolina, and that comes from a tip from your law enforcement sources, and that's why they were stressing so much in these early morning press conferences, Deb, to have a lookout for, at first, this distinctive looking person, then they had his name, his description, and that's where they kept pushing and pushing, saying they needed help from the public.
You're exactly right. It's almost like an Amber Alert. When you put out a bolo, a Be on the Lookout, it's so that you can identify and cast the widest net possible, because once these shootings happen and once the individual is identified, chances are they're likely going to run. And so by putting out these alerts, they have more eyes on the ground, and a tip came in that in fact he was heading up to North Carolina, and that's where we believe, that's where we're being told by a source that's been briefed by investigators on the ground, that's where we believe that he's in custody.